Poco has just unveiled its next generation F series smartphone called the Poco F4 5G. It's not a direct successor to the gaming-focused F3 GT which launched last year, but can be seen as more of a premium offering in the mid-range space. Now we've got our hands on a unit, so let's see what's it all about. Let's kick things off with the configurations. Poco has announced 3 variants in India with 6, 8 and 12 GB of RAM. Now the 6 and 8 GB variants have 128 GB of storage, while the 12 GB variant has 256 GB of storage. There's no micro SD card slot to expand the storage. My first impressions of the Poco F4 5G is that it's a pretty good looking smartphone, especially in this nebula green finish. The matte texture for the frame and the glass back panel gives it a very premium and sophisticated look. It's also available in a night black color. The dimensions of the phone and the rounded edges make it quite comfortable to hold. Now you'll find the usual selection of ports and buttons in all the familiar places on the Poco F4 5G. There's no headphone jack, but you do get an infrared emitter. You also don't get an in-display fingerprint sensor oddly, despite this phone using an AMOLED display, but the side-mounted one works just as well. The Poco F4 5G has stereo speakers and Dolby Atmos support. Now what I like is there's a separate cutout in the frame for the top-firing speaker, which should hopefully deliver a more balanced sound. However, it's also easy to block this opening with your palm when holding the phone horizontally, so we'll have to wait and see how much of an issue it really ends up being. The Poco F4 5G is also IP53 rated for dust and water resistance, which is always nice to have. Now switch it on and you're greeted by a bright and vivid 6.67-inch AMOLED display. Content generally looks crisp and clear, and this is one of the few phones in this segment to support Dolby Vision HDR playback in addition to HDR10+. The display gets Corning Gorilla Glass 5 scratch protection, and it also has a 120Hz refresh rate. The Poco F4 5G is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 SoC, which is a powerful 5G SoC for heavy multitasking and gaming. This phone also supports 10 5G bands in total with dual 5G standby. Poco has used a 4500 mAh battery in the F4 5G. There's support for 67-watt fast charging, and this charger is included in the box. However, wireless charging is not supported. Coming to the cameras, the Poco F4 5G features a 64-megapixel primary rear camera with optical stabilization or OIS and 4-in-1 pixel binning. There's also an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera and a 2-megapixel macro camera. Now the phone also has a 20-megapixel selfie camera. On paper, the camera specs look decent, but we'll know for sure after testing them. Finally, we come to the software, and the Poco F4 5G runs MIUI 13 based on Android 12. Now, this UI is colorful and feature-rich, and so far I haven't really noticed any notification spam from the pre-installed apps. So this was a quick first look at the brand new Poco F4 5G. Stay tuned for the full review coming soon only on Gadgets 360.